Alright, hey, it's Mega here, and this is the second part of the axle slider video, axle slider fabrication video for my Alta Redshift SM, okay? So I made one for the front. The first part was for the front, and then the second part is going to be for the rear, alright? So if you didn't watch that video, you should probably watch that video first. I kind of go over all the parts in detail. I'm just going to kind of hit the ground running from here, okay? Alright? But yeah, so we're going to do the rear this time. And it's pretty much going to be the same thing. The axle hole is much smaller this time, so yeah, we'll go take a look at it. Alright, so let's hop to it. Okay guys, so this is what we're working with here. So the rear is a little bit different than the front. The axle's a little bit smaller actually. It's kind of weird, right? And the hole is much smaller. Alright, so the need to use a spacer is not as great, is what I want to say. We could make one, but it, you know, the distance between the rod and the hole here is not a lot, so it's not going to flop around a lot. So if it doesn't flop around a lot, you know, that's fine. I'm not going to make a little spacer like we made the front. All right, the front we had to make one, but the rear I feel not. The hole is like it's kind of small for that. All right, so this one's a little different. The axle's different for this side. It's got like a cap nut on this side. So what we're going to have to do is drill a hole in the cap nut. All right, and then so we're going to drill. I use a 3/8 threaded rod in the last video, and we're going to use it again. All right, so we're going to drill a 3/8 hole in the nut. So first we got to take, you know what, I might be able to, so you can see this very center, you can see the way this nut was machined, you can tell where the center point is. I might be able to just eyeball it. I thought we would have to do some kind of measuring, but if you look at it very closely, you can see it's like it's got concentric circles on it. So I'm still gonna I'll take the nut off and we'll drill it. I was thinking of drilling it on the bike, but let's just take it off. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna have to drill a hole through there, and then so this side is gonna be spaced a little bit, which is okay. What we could do is make the opening of the puck bigger so it'll fit over the nut. Okay, we can try that. This side doesn't have a spacer, all right? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put a spacer around this. Okay, I mean you know how the other side has the nut sticking out. This side has nothing sticking out. All right, so we want it to stick out about as much as the other side. So we're gonna use one of those sway bar bushings, all right, for a spacer, and then yeah, and then we're just gonna space it out just like the other one. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got to work with. Okay, so these are the ingredients here. I went to Home Depot and I got a threaded rod, and I also got some decorative cover. All right, is what it's called. 3/8 acorn nuts is what they're called, or cap nuts. Okay, so this basically turns your bolt into a turns your threaded rod into a long bolt, is what it does. Okay, also it's a good sliding material. All right, because it's rounded. It's not like squared off like this. But we're going to use one of these on one side and one of these on the other side. All right, so this keeps it from coming out, and this it's a stop. All right, maybe you want to use some Loctite with that. I'm not sure. Okay, these are the washers I'm going to use. We have to put washers in the pucks just like the other one. I found some that fit pretty good. Ooh, you know what? I think I'd be able to press that in without having to grind it. All right, I've gotten lucky. I haven't had to grind the other ones either. So yeah, and then this one fits through the rod already. Okay. All right, so this is a all thread that I got at Home Depot this time. I went to Lowe's last time, so they have it at Home Depot and Lowe's. It's only like $3. What a bargain. All right, and this is the sway bar bushing I was talking about. I got a bunch of different ones, and I think we're going to use this one. All right, I think one with a flat back will be better, so we'll use that. Okay, and we've got the two pucks right here. Okay, so first thing we got to do is we got to get these washers inside the pucks. All right, so let's go do that. Okay, and to get that washer in there, we're going to use a socket or a 11 millimeter impact socket, something I never really use, and a hammer. All right, so hopefully we can get it in there. If it won't go in, we're gonna have to grind it a little bit. And it goes in. Nice. Kakudori, just as planned. All right, there's one. Perfect. Haha. No grinding for you here tonight, Hades Vega. All right. So that's that part done. So let me show you how that'll work. I've got the other rod right here, my leftover rod, and that's just gonna go like through there like that. It's like so. I already kind of dirtied the back, but that's okay. It's the back side, so. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna go over like that. All right. Just like that. Holds it in place. Okay. Cool. And then the other side will just be the same. All right. This is just my example rod. Okay. Next thing we got to do is we got to take this nut off so we can drill it. All right. And then it's 27 millimeter is what I found out. All right. It's huge, man. All right. Here it goes. Alright, and that's what it looks like. Alright, it's a cap nut is what it is basically. It's aluminum also. That's kind of crazy. How does that stay in there without coming out? I don't know, man. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill it, and you can see exactly where the center is, like they put it there so you would know where to drill. Alright, also the center right here. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna punch we'll punch a hole, all right, or we'll punch a dimple with a spring-loaded punch right there in the center, and then we'll drill it. Okay. We'll probably let's start with a smaller drill bit, and then or what I'll do is I'll use a step bit, and then we'll use the final drill bit. All right. So I think I'm just gonna use my vise. I was thinking of using the drill press, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's put it on the vise real quick. Okay, I feel it's easier to drill this way. Actually, this is aluminum, I don't want to mar it up that much anyway. I'll use these guys. Okay, as long as it doesn't rotate, it's fine. Okay, we're gonna get the spring-loaded punch. I know you guys can't see, but I'm just gonna punch that very center part very carefully. I'll punch it a couple times. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer to center, the better. And the way they machine this makes it easy to find the center, so I'm glad for that. Okay, and one more time. Okay, so there's a dimple in the very center now. Okay, now we're gonna go get our drill bit. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I wish they hadn't used this nut. I wish they just used the open one, man. We'd have to drill it. Okay, I'm just gonna drill it with this step bit here. Okay. It's aluminum, it shouldn't be that hard to drill. Whoa. Okay. Punch the hole through it. It doesn't look like it's in the center though. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, man. It has to be close to perfect. Okay, but the good thing is we don't have to make a spacer because the hole will be exact, okay? It won't flop around at all. Okay, and this is the 3/8 drill bit. I think it's a 3/8 drill bit. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. Okay, and we're just gonna drill through it. Starting to move. Why are you moving, bro? Okay, if you mess up, you can probably get one of these from Liquid Performance. Okay, I think that's good. Let me go clean out all that mess. Okay, there's our hole. It's not perfectly in the center, guys. I tried my best. Sorry. I can buy another nut and try again, but yeah, there it is, okay? So that's just gonna rest on there. Hopefully it's not very thick nut, man. That's what I say. It's very lightweight too. It's aluminum. Okay, yeah, let's go put this back on. Okay, rear axle torque is 59 foot-pounds. Alright, so there we go. Put this back on since we're done with it. Make sure there's no aluminum in the threads. Okay. Whew. Let's go. We'll go downward. It'll be easier. The bike might fall off of the stand though. Okay. Okay, now we got a hole through our axle, but it's okay. No big deal. Okay, it's up to you if you want to grind this. I've done it before. Grind this opening so it'll fit over the bolt. It's up to you, but I'm deciding if I'm gonna do that or not. You can put it on the lathe and open it up. It'll make a huge mess. All right, so I'm gonna put the rod through there. All right, from the other side, and it's gonna go on there like so, and then this is gonna go like this. All right. Okay, you've effectively made a very long bolt. Okay, now I'll hold that in there. And that, boy, does that stick out a whole lot, but that's okay. It's okay if this sticks out a lot because this will slide. Okay, so we're gonna put this here, all right, and then this here. And we'll see how much it sticks out if I want to make the other one smaller. All right, it sticks out a lot, man. But I don't want it to be totally flush on there. All right, you actually, yeah, you probably want it. See how thick the swing arm is? It's much thicker over there than it is over here. It gets smaller here. Yeah, you probably do want to have to space it out, okay? Plus, it'll hit this side of the swing arm, the sides of the swing arm. So, it's probably a good idea to do what I'm doing. Okay. Let me go get my. Okay, got my caliper, and so I'm gonna decide if we're gonna open that side up or not. It's up to you if you want to do it, but I'm gonna measure from the spacer block. Yeah, from the spacer block to the edge here. Okay, so that's about 47 millimeters, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And guess what? That's 47 millimeters. That's perfect. So I'm not gonna do anything. All right, guys. I think that's fine. We're just gonna keep it like that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Wow. All I can say is what a coincidence. Everything is all like perfect distance. All right. So we're gonna go with this. I'm not going to do any kind of modification to this. All right. It's just gonna sit on top of this like that. All right. Okay, just like last time. So since everything is all set up, we're gonna mark where we're gonna cut. All right. So I'm gonna make sure it's nice and tight. All right, and probably want it somewhere here. Okay, remember, if it's long, if it's too long, we can shorten it. Okay, so you probably want to start with too long. All right, and then now we're gonna go cut it. If we mess up, I don't have enough rod to make another one. So remember, these are only $3. I suggest, why don't you just buy like 2 or 3 of them while you're at it, you know? I was on a motorcycle, so couldn't really do that. Also, notice how much it flops around. It doesn't flop around a whole lot, all right? That's why I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, there's some space in there, but it's okay, I think. To make a spacer for this, to go around this, it would just be too much trouble, man, in my opinion. I think that's enough. That's fine, okay? What you could probably do, is just put a bunch of tape. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap it with electrical tape, like some portion of it. All right, we'll wrap it with electrical tape so it fits in there nice and tight. All right, well, we'll do that afterwards though. Okay, but it has to be able to go through the whole thing though. So you probably don't want it super duper tight then. Okay. Okay. All right, my cutting wheel here, ready to go. I got my safety glasses on. I've been wearing my safety glasses, guys. So make sure when you're doing this kind of stuff, you're wearing safety glasses. All right, I'm gonna start cutting from this way. I think last time the sparks went up. I want them to go down. I think. Let's see. I think I can just pull it off. Okay. All right, that's our spare part. Unfortunately, there's not. So when I went to Home Depot, they had 3 sizes, guys. They had a small, medium, and long. All right, small, medium, and long, and this is the medium one. All right, because I didn't want to carry it on my bike. I actually carried this one on my bike. So okay, so that's the small piece, and this is the long piece. The long piece will be what we're. Okay, I'm gonna clean this cut up. Okay, I'm gonna go clean this cut up here. All right, it's kind of crooked, and then I'm going to grind it so the nut will go on it. Okay, I may shorten it. I'm not sure. All right, but we'll roll with that for now. Okay, I've got this this tool here that cleans the cut. Put it like that. Okay. See if it works. Okay, it looks good. I was able to get the nut on there. Cool. All right, let's try it out. All right, here we go. Yeah, let's do it from this side, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Pick a side, any side. And then, like I said, we'll do the electrical tape thing to keep it from moving too much. There's this. We're gonna put our acorn nut. Right, all the way. Just trying to get it tight so it won't move anymore. Okay, so I've got spacer here. Got puck and a lucky nut. Looks like it's too big. Well, let's go tighten it. So I want to tighten it so these won't spin anymore. All right, that's basically it. Doesn't have to. I mean, you could spin it, but like it shouldn't spin easily. Okay, so this side is a 16 and the other side is a 14. So they're different sizes. So that means that's good. You know, it'll be kind of easier to work with. But 16 is a weird size. All right, guys. Okay. So I got the 14 on this side. All right, and then a 16 on this side. And so the other side shouldn't move anymore because it's a cap nut, right? There's a limit to how far it goes. So I want to tighten this until it doesn't move anymore. Okay, there's a little bit. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to grind it down a little bit. But that looks pretty good. It's not moving at all. As you can see, it doesn't move up and down at all. So maybe we don't really even need to put a spacer in there. Yeah, because this keeps it from moving right here, actually. So, I mean, I guess if there's a hard enough impact, then maybe, you know. So I think what I'm going to do, all right, here's what we're working with. So as you can see, the cap nut sticks out. I don't know, the cap nut sticks. Maybe we just put 2 cap nuts. Call it a day. Let's try it. Okay, yeah, but anyway, it looks like we gotta grind 1, 2, maybe like 3 threads out. Just cut 2 threads out, 2 or 3 threads out. All right, so it doesn't move at all. All right, so if I could probably move it, but I have to. Yeah, see, I could move it, but I have to put a significant amount of force to move it. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna remove it and grind maybe 2, but let's try a double acorn nut first. So I've tightened it all by hand as much as I could. All right, but yeah, it's, as you can see, it's too loose to do the double cap nut. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind like 2 or 3 threads off, all right, because we had to before anyways, and then we'll see if this double cap nut works. All right, we just have to keep on adjusting it, all right, shortening it until we get the right pressure we want, right? Ideally, I would rather have a locking nut on one side though, because it won't fall off. All right, it's a locking nut. All right, I think I got it. All right, so I grinded up a couple threads, and so when it's tight, all right, as you can see, I can't move it. All right, I can't move it by hand unless I put a lot of muscle into it. Yeah, not even. It doesn't want to move at all. Okay, so there's like a thread sticking out of it. I think since this is kind of more low profile than the acorn nut, I think we're gonna go with this one. Okay, so one side will be a locking nut and another one will be like a cap nut. Okay, yeah, so there it is. So it's pretty flush. If this was to slide, it wouldn't damage the surface too much. Okay, so let's say, all right, and there it is, and it sticks out quite a bit. Okay, and then there's this one. Doesn't move a whole lot. So I think we're gonna go with that. All right, so we're done. There's nothing else to do. Yeah, pretty happy with the way it turned out. That's how it looks like from the side. So one would argue that this is probably a pretty good slider already. All right, the axle nut. So maybe you probably didn't really need one here, but you do need one on the other side. There's nothing on the other side, so yeah, it's fine. Okay, sticks out a whole lot, but I don't think it's going to damage anything if you were to fall. All right, this swing arm looks pretty beefy, man. I don't think anything's going to happen to it. All right, so yeah, there we go. We're done. Cool dealio. All right, so I may be getting the Warp 9. I ordered the Warp 9 rear axle slider blocks. All right, and what it is it's kind of like what's on my light B here. All right, let's take a look. All right, so I made this. All right, we could probably make something like this for the Redshift. All right, but it's basically a plate. All right, that goes behind the adjuster block. Well, the Warp 9 one that I'm getting is actually the whole adjuster block, and it's really long, and it has a puck attached to it. All right, so what I might do is we might use that, and
Yeah, because this one's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of annoying because you have to take the pucks out before you take the wheel out. Right? It's not that hard, you know. It's just 2 bolts, but the other one, like, you can just take it out. The pucks will be on there all the time, and you could take the pucks out if you want. But it's actually integrated into the block right here. Okay, so well, we'll see which one I like better, this one or the ones that the blocks. I think the blocks ones will look nicer, but what I could do is repurpose the puck. All right, I like these pucks. They're the same color as my Redshift. All right, as you can see, there's the red color and there's the red color. It's like the perfect color. All right, it matches the bike nicely. It adds a little more red to the bike, so I'm pretty happy with that. So what I might do is I might attach this to the puck that's on the Warp 9 sliders. Okay, so we'll see. Anyway, there it is. Okay, so and if you guys want to see the front and the back, all right, there's the front right there, and then there's the back. Pretty cool. It adds a little color to your bike too, so I like it. I'm pretty happy with it.
Alright, it's Mega here, and we're done. I'm done making the front and rear axle sliders, so that's the end of the front and rear axle slider saga, alright? So to get this bike on the track, the last thing I need to do is either put some kind of bar end weights or a bar end slider or a handguard, alright? And I have that. I will be installing that in another video right here, alright? That's the last piece of the puzzle, and then I can hit the track, alright? And it'll make my bike look oh so cool. Alright, I'm having so much fun working on my Redshift. That's what I say. Yeah, and I've been riding it for the past couple days, and it's just a hoot to ride. I don't like this seat. The seat's not very good on it. It's not comfortable, is what I want to say. Anyway, so that's the front and the rear sliders. In this video we did the rear sliders. We used one acorn nut on one side and a lock nut on the back side, alright? And it's up to you if you want to use 2 acorn nuts or 2 locking nuts. The beauty of this is that it was very inexpensive to build, alright? So the rod itself was like $3, alright? $3.50 something, alright? And then the pucks were like $10 for the whole pack of skateboard wheels for 4 of them, alright? So that's like yeah, I'm short like 15 bucks, right? And then I think it was $5 for maybe the nuts or something. So yeah, this axle sliders project wound up costing me like $25, guys. So super cheap. If you were to buy some, you know, legit, you know, made by a company, Supermoto sliders, it would probably run you like $50 for one side, right, per side, because I bought some, all right. I bought, and I didn't know if I was gonna get them in time, but it looks like I might, all right. But hey, I got another set right here if I needed to, and it matches the color of the bike nicely, right. And so you could buy different color pucks also. I have, you saw for my Light V, I have the black pucks, okay, the black skateboard wheels. They sell them in all different kinds of colors. There's like green. I think I have green for my Kawasaki. So yeah. So red for Redshift. I got it. Okay. Yeah, and it turned out pretty well. So it's basically, like I said, on the right side, we probably didn't really need to put a puck on that side because it's got this massive cap nut here. All right, for the axle. And yeah, so we had to drill the axle nut, so there's a hole in it now. I don't think it'll compromise its integrity. I hope not. All right. Also, another benefit of this is it will prevent the axle nut from backing out also. All right, because you're exerting like a pressure on it. All right. So I don't even know how that thing is staying on there. All right, it is a special nut that doesn't anti-back out nut or something. All right, so the torque for the nut is 60 foot-pounds. All right, or 59 foot-pounds. You guys, so when you take it out and you put it back, it's 60 foot-pounds. Right? And yeah, there it is. I'm pretty happy, and it didn't cost me a whole lot. It took me probably about an hour. Yeah, probably like an hour or two. I had to kind of look for the parts and stuff. The hard part is finding the washers that fit in the pucks. Okay. Now, like I mentioned in the earlier video, you could probably get the skateboard bearing and use that. All right. But I don't think you could use it with a 3/8 rod. I feel the 3/8 rod was fine. I thought it was going to flop around. All right. I thought this was going to flop around, but it's not going to flop around, guys, because the sway bar bushing that I use, it actually fits in there perfectly, and it prevents it from flopping around. All right, and if it did, it wouldn't move a whole lot anyway, so it's not a big deal. What you could do is put some tape around the rod to tighten it up. All right, so to keep it from flopping around, I might go and do that after the video. So yeah, that's my suggestion. If you want to make it tighter, just wrap some electrical tape around the threaded rod section that's inside the axle. All right, on one section, like probably as close to the edge of the axle as possible, and that'll keep it from flopping around. All right, and it'll tighten it around. But I feel like probably don't really need it. All right, I think it's fine the way it is. Okay, so there you go. That's how to make some inexpensive Supermoto sliders for your Alta Redshift SM. All right, thanks for watching. Here's Mig out.